5.
Are we in 5 now?
Yeah, DDR5. Let me check DDR4.
Well, DDR, it depends on your computer, because your motherboard is only going to take a specific kind. So
yeah,
you just need to make sure
I'm gonna have to
you
get.
the right one.
When I get my new motherboard, I'll do that. Maybe I'll just place a massive Amazon order through my work and just slip my motherboard in there. Just get.
Alrighty, we are live.
All right.
Oh, I didn't mean to have this up. Oh no, spoilers. Wait, how do I get rid of this?
What did you?
Oh, there we go.
How you doing, dude?
Good. Also, I have the wrong. Yeah, I am
Dandy.
changing stuff on the fly. Yeah, I'm doing all right. Long day, very long day.
Yeah.
Lots of
Work going well?
Yeah, for the most part.
Or still same old, same old?
Same old to some degree. It's just like it just gets exhausting.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think
Yeah,
I think things are good though. Things are pretty good.
I know you said before we started that you wanted to start off with the quartering drama.
Oh,
so I'll let you take it away.
No, brother. It's funny. Yeah, audio sounds good. I was trying to put this all together, and I was hoping maybe to see if there was anything. And it's funny because you brought that up, and a video popped up. So I was like, okay, let me just I think I watched. It was kind of on in the background. I think I had it up for 5 minutes, and I was like, I don't care. And I just started watching somebody play a video game. I was like, I don't care. I don't.
Saw that come across my timeline so much. Since everything started happening, and I'm not interested in this topic. Not interested in this topic.
If you're gonna take away anything, I mean, we know this already. If you're gonna take away anything from that, I think it's just don't be a jerk to people that you. Yeah, it's fine to have disagreements with people or whatever, but
I think you and I have talked about before. There's a lot of people that we were watching many moons ago,
many moons,
and then we stopped just because they're very antagonizing people.
Yeah, I don't know, dude. I've almost gotten to the point where
in some regard,
I wanna. Well, it was when we talked about this, I think last week or whatever, or week before, whenever it was. But there's only so much that I feel certain topics I can cover and beat with a dead horse. We're all at the point now where we know Disney's going to just waste money. Mm-hmm. It's not even, hey guys, Disney's wasting money again. What do you think about that? It's rough when it doesn't feel like there's enough changing, and there's so many things to talk about. It's one of the reasons why I do kind of I understand. Now, don't worry, it's not gonna fully change, guys, but I do understand why sometimes it's just I want to talk about something that I like, or talk about something exciting, and it feels on a normal basis there's a few things a year that we really new things that we get to talk about that we like. There's plenty of the older stuff that whenever we bring it up, we talk about Lord of the Rings all the time, and the Prestige, stuff like that. And then it just seems all of the modern things, even from people. I mean, you look at Peter Jackson and Christopher Nolan to a degree. I think we had said this last week, but that's sort of a 50-50 thing right now. I don't think he's done enough in his career to fully ruin his reputation, but he's definitely hurt it a little bit. So
yeah, right.
I just don't know where the Odyssey's going to end up landing on that.
Allegedly, I saw an article that his movie, it's rumored that the screenplay is based on this. I'm just quoting the article here. Or actually, I saw this. I saw this on Twitter. So I'm quoting the person here. Woke feminist retelling of the story by Emily Wilson.
I've heard that.
And I and if you've watched the trailer, it's very modernized. And I think I texted you last week, and I was like, something about this is off. It's the dialogue, the modern dialogue. It's I think I said last week. It seems to be a general rule of thumb, right? Doesn't mean it's true all the time, but generally speaking, the more big name actors and actresses you have in a movie, the greater likelihood it is that it's going to suck. And I just think this is heading on that route,
They
to where you start become worried about the tell is oldest time, David, is when we first started. When you start worrying about things outside of the storytelling to check boxes, your story will fall apart.
Yeah. I don't know. I still don't really know what to think about this. It's weird to say that I feel like I need to see it, like actually in full to kind of.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't know. Just even the casting is. I think didn't they say? Is it confirmed that Elliot Page is playing
Achilles? I don't know, dude.
Achilles?
I don't know. I just don't trust anything I read from X or anything anymore. Maybe. I mean, I just guess it just kind of depends on his like vision for this or whatever. Because like I get why everyone's concerned about that.
Yeah. I mean, just the casting, even taking that out, just the casting choices in general of what's been confirmed. It's like, I mean, I know we got to watch it because we're gonna have to review it, but it's like
this trailer sure does show you a lot of what happens in this.
Yeah, it does. That's the other problem that we have with trailers is that they'll show you the entire movie in, the 2 minutes, minute and a half, and 2 minutes that it lasts.
Yeah.
Is it also weird? Like I say, casting decisions. I'm not the biggest fan of Matt Damon as Odysseus either. A lot of the casting choices in here from top down, I'm just not that. It's like, oh gosh, dude. Bro, there's a lot of freaking.
There are. Well, I want to go back to that point you were making about
the more big
actors.
Have.
Yeah, because it's funny you were saying that. I was kind of sitting here just like watching the trailer, and it was like boom, 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 and yeah, that someone would have
Valentine's Day.
Well, I don't know if Valentine's Day and Christopher Nolan's Odyssey are on. Yeah,
I just talked about my analogy.
Yeah, you're right. It's usually done more as a marketing stunt than it is for the sake of it. And I wonder, Joseph, if it's with something like this, it's not as much because, like, say he had done this 15 years ago, and just put a bunch of big names from that. I mean, because he hasn't always done that, but there's a number of his movies that have they're
he had to do it this way,
that.
David, to counterbalance Oppenheimer for sticking close to the casting on that.
Yeah, maybe you're right.
Get back in the good graces of Hollywood,
and that's definitely possible that that's the case. Yeah, I don't know. It's. I feel like I'm so because he Travis Scott got who I'm only vaguely familiar with. That's what I was trying to get at. Like I feel like I live under a rock these days when it comes to newish celebrities, and I feel like somebody's gonna be like, Travis Scott has been around since blah blah, but I don't know. I don't pay attention to that stuff so much.
Dude, I like Matt Damon as an actor, but it's for very specific roles, and in this one, it just seemed more.
I don't
like in the trailer. Oh, it's Matt Damon playing Matt Damon. It's like switch him out with The Rock, and you got The Rock's playing The Rock, with the exception of that last MMA movie. he was in.
Oh yeah, the Smashing Machine, which I thought was some people liked it more than I did. I thought it was all right.
Yeah, I'd agree.
It was. I don't know,
but I thought his acting,
it was good. Yeah, I thought all the acting in it was.
He wasn't
really
just
good.
playing The Rock.
I think the story overall just dragged. I think is what it was for me. It just it was like, I don't know how. That's a tough one. That one might have been more like personal, where it was just sort of like the whole movie is not the whole thing, if it had been tighter, I think I would have liked it more, because there's only so much of someone like struggling with that kind of addiction before it's like,
I may have to.
Yeah, come on, guys. Like, what's
Maybe I should disagree with myself. Do you think I'm right in saying Matt Damon? I don't know if it's fair to say that Matt Damon plays the same type of character now that I'm remembering some of the movies he's in.
I
mean, kinda, but not really.
No, I mean, he's definitely had like a pretty. I wanted to look up, because I was trying to think. Oh yeah, dude, he's well, he was Jason Bourne. No, dude, he's done like quite. He's had a good variety in an acting career. Yeah, he's not someone who's necessarily been
like Ryan Reynolds or The Rock. So I take that back.
Yeah,
I'm wrong on that.
Wrong.
But in this trailer though, the dialogue, I think, and the context of everything, I don't know. He doesn't strike me as a person to be playing Odysseus.
Yeah. You think it's
like, especially when you got Henry Cavill out there, am I right?
Of course. Is this a problem with him being miscast or bad direction, do you think?
Maybe a little bit of both.
A little bit of both. Because that's why I'm saying I
mean, who knows? Maybe if the script was better and the trailer was done more.
Yeah.
And the trailer was better and the cast around, like they were trying to put together a more accurate movie, then yeah, that'd be one thing. But
I'm not hyper familiar with this story.
You're not?
No. Shocker! I'm not hyper familiar with every piece of media that's ever
used to
existed.
Quote it all the time when we were.
I know, right? Wait, this isn't what I wanted. But that's part of the reason why I'm saying, like, I kind of just need to see this. And there's this is kind of the problem with discourse. Like, I'm aware of the Odyssey. I'm aware of the effect of the Odyssey. I understand, like, basically what happens in it, but I could not give you like a detailed explanation at this point what it is. And that's part of the reason
I'm not
why
even talking about the political crap that people bring
Yeah, no, hold on. But the idea being that, like, I just need to sit down and like see what he made and then be like, okay, here's my thoughts on it. And if someone's like, well, it's like inaccurate to the source material, or I didn't like this based on the book because I like the book, like, okay. Be like, no, I get that. It's like, it's all about, it's kind of that like argumentation, you know what I mean? And right now it's all kind of just surrounding like the poor casting choices and other things. And I'm not sure where I fully like land. Yeah. Cause like sometimes people say that.
Think about The Last of Us, that's kind of one of the things that what? You kept on bringing up with Ellie. That's her name, right? Or whoever the lead.
Ellie?
Okay. Ellie, that's it.
Yeah.
Sorry, I got what's her name on my mind.
You're good. Oh, here we go. Wait, but what about that?
Well, that was kind of one of the main criticisms
of
The Last
it was
of
a bad casting
Ellie
choice?
was miscast. Yeah.
She was miscast, yeah.
Which has its place.
Yeah, for sure. I couldn't tell you with like hype. The problem, it's different though, because Ellie is like, there is a actual like example of that. Like the visual medium for that is like really, really easy to point to. Like it's like hyper detailed. Like you need to find someone who looks like this. Like this, right. This is the thing. Whereas like when you have like a description of something, you're kind of going off of, so take like the Harry Potter stuff, right? With like Hermione or Snape, right?
Right.
There's enough of a detailed look at, or like a detailed explanation of like what Snape's supposed to look like, that the casting thing was obvious in that. It probably should pretty be obvious for a Greek tragedy as well, like when you're casting certain people. It's just like with someone like Matt Damon or some of the other characters in it, I'm like, okay, I need to see it. And, is it their fault? Like, where does the fault lie? Like, you talk about this a lot with actors because you're nicer about them than I am a lot of the time. But sometimes a good actor's given a poor script or poor direction, and it just kind of like falls apart. And it's trying to distinguish between like those sort of things. So yeah, like you can definitely get, because we talk about it all the time, like you can definitely get like a feeling or a vibe from the trailers, and it seems like the vibe currently is that things are like not great with this. And it also could partially be because I don't have as big of a dog in this fight with this movie in particular. And it's, brother, this is going to go slightly off topic with it, but like it's also one of the reasons why, and I had mentioned this to you like last week or week before, I just want people to make like new things, because it's almost like goes back into the talk anyway, because we're just getting like remakes, or we're getting retellings of something that exists. A group of people get upset because it's not accurate. I think, and it's fine. Like, that's fine to happen. And then the thing comes out, either doesn't do well or does well. And then like everyone goes, well, it made a lot of money anyway. Like, screw you, chuds. And then they're like, well, it's still not accurate. So like, we don't really get anywhere.
It's the same cycle over and over again.
And I just miss, and you don't even see this with like Dune, even though people like Dune. I don't think Dune, people can tell me I'm wrong about this, I don't think Dune created new fans of Dune in the same way that like Harry Potter did, or like Star Wars did, or like Lord of the Rings did. And so we don't see that like hyper obsessive like fandom in those things anymore. And this goes back to this, because it's all like, we're just in this really weird point with like media. And that's why I'm like, I just have to like sit back a lot of the time, especially when source material wise, I don't have as much of a dog in the fight. Like, I understand why people want stuff as close to the source material as possible. And I would agree, because I think there's more sincerity in that. In the same way we talk about how like jokes and stuff aren't always great in these things anymore, because it takes away from the sincerity of a movie, like the like fourth wall breaking stuff that they do all the time. It's kind of the same thing with like accuracy of a source material. It's like the further you move away from that, the less sincere it sounds.
Yeah. That's a great point, actually. The more you move away from the source material, the less sincere it is, and the worse typically the movie becomes, because you lose the core of its meaning and purpose.
And whether you realize it or not, like, I have a feeling, because we've talked about this in the past with Lord of the Rings or other things like that, even when I wasn't aware of something being inaccurate to the source material, you get a weird feeling when you watch the thing that something's not right. And you go, that seems weird. Like, even with my like basic knowledge of this, that doesn't seem right. That doesn't seem like that's an actual thing in this world. And then like I would ask you a question and be like, can Sauron turn into a big glob of goo and crawl around on the ground? And you're like, no, that's not a thing. It was like, that's what I thought. I just needed to confirm that, So yeah, man, I don't know. I don't know how I feel about the Odyssey trailer yet. The trailer's like whatever. I mean, there's some stuff that I could point out as far as like that I find strange, because it's more of like the visual medium and like weird things that they're kind of doing with it.
Right.
A lot of standing around and staring. And again, this might just be the trailer. I imagine this is going to be a 3-hour movie minimum.
Oh gosh,
it's going to be long. Oppenheimer was 3.5.
If there's one decent person in that studio, they will say 2 hours tops.
Yeah, they're gonna let Christopher Nolan do whatever he wants.
I know they are. I'm just like,
Not
gosh.
really Christopher Nolan's fault necessarily, but I we've talked about this in the past too. But I'm also kind of over the really dark. Like there's a couple of these scenes where
You can't really see what's going on.
yeah, they're invading Troy, correct?
Yeah.
And it's just kind of like it's very dark and lit in a
Elliot Page puts it on them, man.
what?
Achilles.
Oh, right. If the rumors be
The Slayer
true,
of thousands of men. Elliot Page is
so
Achilles.
we'll see. I mean, I like some of the actors. Well, I like Robert Pattinson, which is really funny to say at this point. Well, I like John Bernthal.
Right.
I like John Bernthal too, but I have a feeling he's not going to be like hyper involved in this. That poor guy. I don't. You probably haven't seen much about this, and I haven't watched. I haven't watched it all. They just have like ruined his Punisher. He's so.
Yeah, they have.
It's funny.
Did you see that clip from the whatever episode?
Yeah.
dropped?
It was like a really bad CG. I feel really bad for him because I like his Punisher a lot. I think he does like a really good job with it. And I saw like one clip from the episode, and it's one of the ones that people are saying is like good because apparently it's really boring. It's like a 45-minute special. He doesn't put his suit on till like the very last second. It's like they're just spinning their wheels with that stuff. So whatever. Like you and I don't. I mean, Daredevil hasn't been good since it was on Netflix. And even some of the stuff he's involved with, other than his own show, is not very good on Netflix. But regardless, I like that show a lot. I think it, especially these days, I guarantee it holds up so well. And Bernthal's like Punisher stuff was pretty good too. It should have been like an easy home run, just to like reboot that and have it go at the same intensity as the original 2 seasons did. And they feel like they've been squandering him. But that's Disney now, right? Like we're not surprised by any of that.
Right.
So there's like a couple people in this that like I'm like, ooh, okay, like that's cool that they're in it. But, they're not going to be in it for very long. And then I'll just be like, I wanted more of that. And I won't get it. I don't know. I don't know. There's something about it. There's like, is it weird to say like what I want to say is like the energy of this trailer? It just feels very like
meh.
Yeah. I'm just not. I'm just not sure how I feel about it. But watching the trailer doesn't get me like hyped to see this.
Yeah. It's more like, I'll wait for that to come out on streaming if we weren't, obviously
we're
doing this podcast.
Seems like there might be a couple interesting action scenes in it. I know a lot of people have been talking about the armor and that the armor doesn't make sense for the time period. Though I've also learned recently that it's actually it's quite rare. Though these guys almost look like they're from, you know what I'm talking about in the trailer, like the guys in the big plate armor.
Yep.
I have it
I
up
know
on
what you're talking
the
about.
thing right now. They look kind of. I don't like the armor for one thing. They look very. Almost, I want to say like from space, like almost alien-like, and maybe that's what they were going for. But I don't know if I like that. Like visually, I don't think I like this. And this is straight out of the trailer. This isn't even like an image from like a camera or anything. One of the things though, Joseph, that I wonder, we talk about this a lot too, that I think maybe the problem with is that everything, and it's a problem of cameras, funny enough, is that because cameras are so clear now, and I could go into a whole thing about this too, but because cameras and the lenses that they use, like you're talking, I don't even know what this would be filmed in, but you're talking like super, super high resolution, super crystal clear image. Everything almost has this like soap opera look to it. Like in some cases a very well lit soap opera look to it. It doesn't have sort of this distinct. It's going to be tough to explain this in detail, but this like film look. It doesn't have this like classic film look to it. I think the same way that something that he's done like The Prestige or even the original Batman Begins or The Dark Knight. And some of that has to do with like lenses and the imperfections in them. And a few other things, frame rates sometimes, depending on what they do with this. And obviously I need to see it in the theater to get like a better kind of understanding. But yeah, it's like too clear. It's like strange the way that they're doing it. And it's definitely missing. I saw someone talking about like the mythos of this and sort of the fantasy aspect of it, and that like Christopher Nolan is just like the antithesis of that when he makes movies. So this is kind of a weird thing where I don't know if you really want a hyper grounded version of the Odyssey, when in reality you want the more like fantastical version of it. I think that's probably what I would have gone for more. But yeah, I don't know. Just like,
we'll see, man.
Yeah, visually I don't know. It doesn't do anything for me. He's just like got what would in sort of like modern filmmaking be considered like good lighting. And that's not even really a Christopher Nolan thing. That's like his director of photography, even though he would be involved with it too. Lots of oranges and blues going on in this trailer.
Yeah, right.
Color-wise, which is it's a trend for sure. Okay. What else were we talking about? What else we got going on, Joseph?
Dude, I don't think we talked last week about Crimson Desert, if you care to talk about that, or if you want to move on to
No, you're good.
Pragmata and Star Fox.
No. I mean, we got time. We got time. Did you got it, right? Didn't you tell me that
yes,
you
I
picked
did
it up?
buy it.
Have you been playing it at all?
I'm on chapter 4.
Oh, very nice.
So I'm still in the early game.
So how's it feeling for you? I'm sure your experience has been slightly smoother than mine was on launch.
Yes.
My game did a weird thing and looked like it was eating itself about 3 hours in, and me and everybody that was in the troll room at the time, we were just like, uh-oh. It was like, I told him, I was like, if this game bugs out and just what doesn't work and I can't get rid of this, I was like, the stream's over and I'm not playing this anymore. Because I was like pretty far in, and if it was, that basically would have like locked me out of playing the game, and I would have had to start over. And I don't. Anyway, I was like, I wasn't going to do that, but thankfully that wasn't the case, and it was just a restart.
Oh, nice.
So
yeah,
tell me about
man.
it. Tell me about it. Tell me your thoughts.
I'm enjoying it. I think there are some clunky aspects about it, right? There's some mechanics that could be better. But outside of, probably sometimes the gameplay isn't as smooth. Sometimes the fighting mechanics aren't as smooth as they need to be. Again, I'm minor things here and there. However, overall, I find it to be a really fun and good game. It doesn't seem monotonous to me yet. I'm still an early game though, so
it's
there's that, and it's large.
It is a very big game. Very big game. It's like it's going to take a while to get through it. I haven't even beaten it. I kind of probably a few chapters ahead of you, and I was doing a lot of the side stuff and just like running around and trying to figure things out, and I'll let you get further into it. I don't want to like say too much or whatever, but I found some of the exploration to feel not as good as I would have liked it to. The game doesn't do like a great job of leading you in the direction of the interesting things in the world and allowing you to kind of go there. So it's
direction could be a lot better, along with picking up loot could be a lot better.
Yeah, I don't know if that's really going to change. You can like hold down one of the button.
I guess that just mean more so noticing it. I mean, I know like
no, I agree.
I think we get to there's that idea of being realistic, right? That we're talking about hyper realistic versus making it more enjoyable. And it's like, man, do I really
Yeah.
need to like spend all this time looking for a
Now,
freaking,
here's
sweet potato,
here's the
type deal?
deal. Here's the deal. If you're talking about picking it up off the ground too, if you tame a dog,
Yes,
the dog will pick it up for you.
it will
And then
for sure.
yeah. And so like that has its advantages, but yeah, when I play games and stuff like that, I like to try to organize as much as possible. And I tend to find that a lot of games do not go far enough with the detail of that. And I know it's like you're designing a game. You have to put certain things in, your money is still limited. You got to do the most important things, and crazy item management is not always a thing. But Crimson Desert needs that because there's lots of items. So
Yes.
it gets like really, really overwhelming, and then they give you plenty of space to like throw things in. But then it's like, okay, but what if like I need this later on? And I have to like now search through my massive like chest, or it's like I was having problems with like stuff getting filled up in my inventory, and then you're like, well, I could just like go back and sell everything, or there's like a camp function where you can donate that stuff. But then it's like, well, I'm also in the middle of this mission, and I don't want to interrupt the flow of that. So you're kind of having to choose between the two things, and I think they could have found a better way to handle that. But
I agree. It is a annoying aspect about the game.
But I think it's pretty cool. I think the story is dumb, but everybody said that. I don't think anybody's like praising the story in the game. It's going for like a Game of Thrones thing, and I just don't. It's not really like doing it very well. And it's just like, you and your like mercenary group lose a battle, like a major battle. God brings you back to life because you help a homeless guy, and then I'm like slightly exaggerating, like I'm a little out of order, but it is technically what it is. And then now you're trying to build up your base and find all your friends who have been scattered to the wind. And there's probably some other like there's like kind of this pantheon of like beings or whatever that you might have to fight. That's about as far as I've gotten, is like one of those guys shows up and I'm like, are you a final boss or just a guy, And people have been loving it. It hasn't fully landed for me. I'll get back to it at some point, but I'm at the point now where like giant games, sometimes I'm like, this might be too daunting for me. But I did get a lot of time out of it, so it's definitely wasn't a waste of my time. So, but good. Glad you're liking it so far. We'll save Star Fox for last. I did finally like sit down because I didn't realize, and we'll get to it, but I didn't realize it was just a remake of 64. I thought
That's purposefully what they did, was just a remake.
It is a hyper remake. Yeah, it's like a full on remake of it.
That's lame.
With new like cutscenes and stuff, and we'll get into it a little bit because there's some stuff I want to talk about it. But I do want to I want to bring back up Pragmata. Because I finally got it, and I've put about 4-ish hours into it. It's not a super long game. It's Whoopa was saying it's probably somewhere between like 12 and 16, depending on like what all you do. But honestly, dude, I'm having quite a bit of fun, and everyone who was freaking out and talking about this being like pedo coded and all of that nonsense, I don't know what they were talking about. Like,
it's just weird, man. Just online,
so
brain rotting.
I won't go because I'm not like, of course, we know for sure that's the case. And the thing is, and it's why it's like, it's really frustrating, man. It has to be like an over exaggeration, and that they know if they talk about something like this and they talk about it in that way, it's going to help them like engagement farm. Because I can't imagine even like people who I would like disagree about something. And we talked about how you never see this kind of stuff in real life last week. the only reason that I think a lot of people act like that is because they know people will engage with them on their live streams, and whether that's negative or positive, they'll make videos about them. They'll make responses about them. They might be able to have debates on live streams with people who disagree with them, and you have to keep up that that mentality and that like kind of stupid over exaggeration of like something that's happening just to be able to do all of this and to keep your little like nest, because they're not, like being honest and trying to give like your actual like opinions about things and thinking things through in a nuanced way, like that doesn't seem to, it's not as popular as just drama farming,
right? Like what's going on with the whole quartering deal?
It could, yeah. Well, and obviously, like with him, like if some of the stuff is really true, like there's
I just mean everyone surrounding that.
Yeah,
I don't even know what's going on with him.
He probably needs like a come to Jesus moment, along with like everybody else. But it's one of those things. It's like for a lot of those guys, like that's their like YouTube, like all that, like that's their livelihood. It's their entire world. And like when somebody comes for that, and this is something we covered like a really long time ago that Dave Chappelle had talked about. It's like when you take away a man's livelihood, it's akin to killing him. Like it's very similar to like killing a man. And so if a lot of the stuff's true about like trying to like take down people's channels, you're potentially taking away their livelihood. And it's just one of those things that it's from what I've seen, it's like this is just a thing you don't do. Let someone crash and burn on their own. If a channel, and it doesn't always happen. I mean, like you look at Hassan Piker, and even the dude shocked his dog live on live stream, shocked his dog on a live stream, and everyone like railed on him and was going after him over all this stuff, and then like he tried to play like cover and pretend like it didn't actually happen, I think, or like whatever, or like that it wasn't that bad. His dog, it's like regardless of the like nature of shock collars and all that, it's like the perspective of it,
Yes, yeah.
And they just like went after him like crazy, and like he survived that, he survived all these other things, and he just like will not die. But no one's trying to lie necessarily. Like none of the big things that happens with him, no one's trying to like lie to take down his channel. Right. Not, at least that we know of. Like these big streamers who talk about him all the time. To be honest, like if he disappeared, like they would lose a big part of their revenue stream, right? So it's kind of this whole like thing that goes on. But yeah, these like comments and stuff, it's like it's just not doing anybody any good. And you have to imagine when people get into that mode and they're saying things like that, dude, you need to go watch these shoe on head videos of this stuff if you haven't seen them yet for the Pragmata thing, because she talked about that, and then she did like a follow-up. She was talking about this other Twitch streamer who told her that if she cares about incels so much, she should put her money where her mouth is and go sleep with one. And it's just like, it's like, okay, and it's so funny. Like no matter what it is with like the drama stuff, you hit a point where you're just like, that's enough internet for today. I'm good.
Yeah, I think what it is that the internet as a whole, whether if it's social media, forums, or places like Reddit, wherever you can talk, that anonymity gives you the ability to unleash, the true thoughts of your heart.
Even if it's like a camera and you can see their face, it's still weirdly like separate. Like people feel safe.
Yeah. It's like out of the abundance of the heart does the mouth speak, and so they really reveal who they truly are.
Yeah.
And it's easy to get caught up into like joking too far to where you're tearing down random people on the internet, even if you're just trying to joke, which is kind of why like on our TikTok videos I would just start responding to people more in kindness than be like, hey, That was really intense. Are you okay? Bro, are you good? I just want to check in on you, man. We just talking about a movie or a TV show, dude.
Yeah. So yeah, but anyway, like going back to the game, like so far I really like it. It's scratching because there's some other stuff like game wise with another game that came out that may or may not be telling the whole truth about its like development. It's called I don't know if you probably haven't seen it. This is a game called Mixtape. I talked about it with Wubo a little bit on when I was playing the game, but that game's like there's like quote unquote story driven games where you like kind of push a stick forward and like you're kind of watching it in somewhat interactive movie. And I'm fine with those existing within the like realm of video games, like if that's kind of what people want to make. But I don't want it to be like the thing. And so like this game's getting like insanely good reviews from like all of these major outlets, right? And we know how that is. It's, it almost, I was telling Whoopa, it's almost more of a red flag now than it is a badge of honor when like IGN and GameSpot and all these other places start giving your game like 10 out of 10s.
Yes.
You're like, oh.
Red flags going up.
Well, how come, Like, why did it deserve
10 out of
that?
10 is a big score.
It is. They consider that a masterpiece, right? So it, for me, a masterpiece.
We're talking about. Go ahead.
Like a game that's like a masterpiece. It's something like, I think about like
The Hunt for Gollum.
Yeah, The Hunt for Gollum for sure. It's like Ocarina of Time, like Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time. Like that's a 10 out of 10 for me. Regardless of the time period, like I love that game, and especially at the time when that came out, like it just like took over. Huge game, just kind of like wonderful. Like the design, and everything's really really good. And we'll get into it like Star Fox a little bit because I want to talk about the design in that game. But yeah, like you give something a 10 out of 10, like you need to be able to really defend that score because there's going to be a lot of people, especially when you're an outlet that is one of, especially it used to be the case, but it's like one of the bigger outlets out there. Like you're the guys that like people were at one point. Like it's not quite the same anymore, but you kind of get what I'm meaning. Like IGN was one of those like major outlets. Like people used to go to them and it's like, oh, let's see what this game's like really about. And people there's always been an argument about like scores or whatever. But it seems like, or they've definitely gone downhill. They've had like some controversies with people that they've hired, like plagiarizing other reviewers and stuff. And so when they give a 10 out of 10 now, everyone looks at it and they're like, okay, well, why? And because someone on their team gave like the most recent Dragon Age game, which was terrible, like a really good score. And so anytime now someone gives something like Crimson Desert, like the score's not as good. Or like Pragmata, I can't remember what, I want to say they gave that like an 8. I lost my phone. Oh, there it is. I want to say they gave Pragmata an 8. And so then you're looking at like all these different games, and then their argument will always be, well, it was given that review wasn't done by the same person, so their 8 might be something different for someone else. It's like, yeah, but you guys don't understand. Like, as an outlet, y'all should have a standard for it. It's like when you get up, and I've talked about this on our show. Like when I get up into like the 9s and 10s, some of that might actually be a little bit subjective. Like you almost, and at least where I'm at right now,
there's a bit there.
Sure. If I get you to like an 8, right? Like a game's an 8, that means it's like super solid, probably has really good gameplay. Story's probably like decent. There's just like specific things that I'm looking for that should be kind of standard among most games. And ultimately like gameplay is kind of the thing that's there because they're video games. Right? Like your standard for video games is always going to be something in the realm of like you're doing some kind of action that you're needing a controller to make happen. Mario, Zelda, Star Fox, Crimson Desert, like all of those games are what I was referring to the other day as like gamey games. So it's just like the gameplay is the thing that is sort of like driving that forward. It always has been, pretty much always will be, like stuff that's more story driven. It's going to be a little bit more niche because not everybody cares about that when they're playing video games, and not every video game requires you to have some kind of story. Now, if you're going to put a story in your game, the story deserves to be looked at and criticized for what it does correctly and what it doesn't. Because you decided to put that in there, right? So it's like, if you have something, even like Pragmata, it does have a story, and the story is a good chunk of the game. And so you are going to look at that and be like, well, I think this works. I don't think this part worked very well. The story sections of it kind of have like these pacing issues, and there's definitely there's some dialogue in it that a lot of dialogue I actually really liked. And then there's like some of it that is very like, I'm explaining this guy's personality to the player, so they don't let you, it doesn't unfold as naturally as it could. But I really like it, man. I think the controversy makes no sense. Like, I think they did a really good job with the little girl in it, making her feel like she's like she's 6 years old, like her personality, the way that she does things. There's kind of like this mystery surrounding her and why she's really in this place. People have been kind of referring it to as Dad Space, because it's kind of like this dad simulator where you're just like protecting this little girl through all of these like really dangerous things.
There's something about that.
Yeah, and dude, I'm telling you, like, there are certain scenes in it. So Whoopa was watching me play this, and I was like, oh my gosh, like, I get it. I was like, I understand why people have totally just become enamored with this character, this little girl. She's basically like a new mascot for Capcom. They did something correct.
Oh, yeah. Finally.
Oh, Caravaggio wanted to know, do you think that Agamemnon's armor is a deliberate nod to Batman? Like in its design? It could be.
It could be.
I could see Christopher Nolan doing that. I feel like he's not known for doing things like that. I don't feel like he's a big Easter egg guy. Like, I would think that a lot of filmmakers, they have little things that they like to put in their movies that are nods to past projects or other things like that. But I don't know if it's like one for one, you know?
Yeah.
I don't know. Well, we didn't really talk about that dude's armor. Did you? What'd you think? Is it? I guess like I said, I need to see this movie because
a little bit.
It's garish.
Odd looking.
It's very over the top.
Yeah.
Compared to everyone else's armor in the movie, which is maybe on purpose.
Everything about the trailer seemed off to me.
Yeah.
And maybe it's just the trailer. Mm-hmm. Maybe the movie ends up being good, but I doubt
it. But yeah, okay, so I'm not
before that.
Yeah. I'm not done with Pragmata, obviously. I'll probably beat it this week. I'm trying to do the whole thing on live stream. So that means I have to like plan out my days to actually play. But I had told you this, and I said it in the live stream too when I was playing it. I had originally planned to only do about 3 hours. Ended up doing it for like I think 4, just like almost on the dot 4. I finished a mission and and I was like, all right, this is a good stopping point. And I had told Whoopa and a couple other people that were there that I would have just kept playing it. Like if I didn't have to wake up before the sun.
That's how you know a game is good.
Yeah, and I haven't had anything in a while. It's scratching an itch I didn't know I had. Like it's got this kind of interesting system where you basically it's a third-person shooter, but in order to really do damage to the enemies, you have to solve a small puzzle beforehand. And there's all these like things that can be added to the puzzle to give you like advantages. They add in new mechanics where like pieces of the puzzle get like blocked off, and so it's an interesting way of like doing things, and it's scratching this itch I didn't realize that I had with like video games. it's just kind of like
Nice.
doing something for me, and I
And it's been a while.
it's
That's
dude,
what makes it so good.
yeah, and it's very like positive. It's got a pretty like just positive tone throughout the entire thing, and Hugh, who's the main character, he's like been through quite a few things, but though even if I don't care for the dialogue so much, a lot of the stuff that's trying to be talked about in it, some of the themes and other things like that, I like that they're there. I think it's got this like wholesome thing going on with it that you don't see, because it's still kind of got this like cool factor to it, but it's also like a really wholesome game. And I'm just like weird. It's almost weird the way that it works. But I like it quite a bit. I'm quite happy with it, and I can't wait to get back to playing it in a couple days.
Nice, man.
All right. Well, let's talk about. I thought I pulled this up. Okay. One moment, sir. One moment. Make sure.
Ooh. You bringing up Lord of the Rings news?
Oh no, I don't have a thing for that. Did you? Why don't we talk about that? Tell me, Joseph, what's happening with Lord of the Rings?
Bad news. They announced. Amazon has announced that Rings of Power is releasing November 11th of this year, so we all have that to look forward to.
Oh,
we will be obviously reviewing it. And
bro, they should have released on September 11th.
Yeah, that would be great.
I'm so sorry.
That would have been perfect for that show.
It would have, yeah. That I would have. I feel like that would have been in theme with Rings of Power. Is that?
I'm curious to see what they're going to do in season 3, because it's going to be a massive time jump. Just so you know, I know they got an orc and Galadriel and Arondir, traveling around Middle Earth together for him to go on his redemption story.
You're forgetting something. It's a massive time jump that they're telling us about, because there have been massive time jumps in that series, because it would be impossible, even in that show, for things to work the way they do if that wasn't the case.
Wasn't the case, yes.
It's not even like a reading into it or whatever, like headcanon. It's just that's 100% what's happening, but they're actually telling us or making it obvious that there's a time jump this time. Feeling any better about it, Joseph? Are you excited? We get it this year.
Not at all.
We thought we weren't going to get it.
Actually, you know what? Maybe it will be so bad that we'll laugh at it like we did in season 1. Because like season 1 was funny bad. Season 2 was just bad.
It's just depressing.
So maybe they'll get back on. Maybe they'll get back on schedule, and it would be funny bad.
Yeah, maybe we'll.
I really want them to do the super fans again. We need to see them. I need to see my super fans. To like start drawing me into seeing season 3. We need them to fly them back out to England and put on do the whole 9 again. And then just start attacking the fans. We need more of that, and then I'll properly be ready for season 3.
Okay. Are you going to binge the first 2 seasons again before season 3 comes out?
I would rather be stuck in a room watching paint dry than do that.
Okay.
I could think of a lot of things I'd rather do.
Yeah, a lot of terrible things.
Yes.
Would you rather watch the equivalent, or would you rather watch season 1 and 2 of Rings of Power again, or have to watch the equivalent amount of time of Mr. Beast videos?
Mr. Beast videos.
Okay. What about would you rather watch Rings of Power or the equivalent amount of time of Hassan Piker?
Oh gosh.
Got him.
Oh, that's a little bit too far for me.
Which one would it be, Joe? Which one would it be?
I feel like the Hassan Piker stuff would be a little bit more stimulating for me to respond to. I could come back on here and be like, wow, David, I have a lot more bull crap to talk about in comparison to the Rings of Power, so
would
you didn't
you
get me.
would you rather watch? This is the last one.
Okay.
This is just having fun with this. Would you rather watch the Rings of Power season 1 and 2, or the equivalent amount of time of drama YouTube videos, and you don't get to decide what it is? It's just random. You're talking about like 16 hours of drama YouTube.
Gosh.
Which one would it be?
Drama YouTube, I think.
Actually, that would be my answer too, because there's actually some of them that are really funny. Boogie's funny. EFAP's done like some Boogie stuff, so like that would take up like half your time there, because that's like 8 hours, and it would be, even if you didn't care, it'd be like kind of entertaining. They've done some other ones that have been like gaming related that in the past have been pretty good. So yeah, it's definitely better. There's a way to make it work, but if it was random, you might have to watch some stuff where you're just like, because not all those people are as entertaining as like EFAP. So
yeah.
And
hey, I do want to say this about one last thing.
Yeah.
About the Odyssey. Have you seen the pictures that have come out from like one scene of Highlander with Henry Cavill?
I've seen like behind the set stuff. No, is that movie coming out this year? That's next year.
I don't know if it's coming out this year or next year, but it was like three pictures they released, and just those pictures look better than anything the Odyssey has released.
Dang, fighting words. Yeah.
Yep.
If you agree or disagree with Joseph, please leave a comment in the comments below. Comment on it. Right. Okay, I want to talk about Star Fox for like 2 minutes.
Let's do it.
Because you told me about this last week, and the video was like 9 minutes that I found, and I just didn't feel like watching that. And then a couple days ago, I was bored, and so I was like, all right. I was like, I care enough about this that I'll sit down and watch whatever this is. And I don't know how,
what do you think?
I don't know how strongly you feel about this one way or the other. Did you play Star Fox 64?
Yes, I did.
Okay. So it is like a 1-for-1. Okay. It's a 1-for-1 remake in the sense that it looks like gameplay, though I bet it's changed a little bit. I have a feeling I'm the thing that I would be worried about with something like this, it's the same thing I'm worried about anytime they do like a remake, and almost anytime like a sequel comes out to a game now, is that they take like the controls and like the tightness of them and then like do something to them, and I'm like the whole time I'm like, this feels off.
Yeah. You think they made any big time character species swaps?
I don't think so. That'd be crazy. He's not supposed to be a raccoon. He's a pig. No, it looks like every. I actually.
It looks very similar to. Obviously, you just said it's a 1-for-1 remake, and it looks very similar to that. And I'm not exactly sure. It didn't leave like a. Oh well, is that? Let me back up.
You good?
What I mean by that is, I thought I was excited for it, and then I saw the gameplay. I'm like, no, I'm not that excited for it.
So, if the gameplay, now the thing is, I don't think I would pay whatever the cost of a Switch 2 is. This is not the game that's gonna get me to buy a Switch 2.
Yeah, it's not Zelda.
No, it's not Zelda. It's not this like Bloodborne quote unquote sequel. It's not really a sequel, but like it's supposed to be like similar vein. That kind of might make me get one at some point. But then again, they're potentially raising the price of this thing even more. So I'm just like, guys, you're supposed to be the cheap console. You're supposed to be the one that's like, all right, I'll get this. You know? And now they're moving further and further away from that. And I don't know. Nintendo's got such a big built-in fan base. I'm not sure it really matters all that much. But this game's not the thing that'll get me there. I wish they had gone for a more animated look for all this. They went, and they said it in this like direct that they did, showing everything off. They went for a more like hyper realistic look for the animals, and I don't like it that much.
Oh yeah,
I don't hate it, but I am not a huge fan of like anthropomorphic stuff. and if it exists, like I like it when it's a lot. Like I'm fine with it when it's more stylized.
Yep.
And this doesn't feel stylized to me. It just feels like they went for the let's make them like hyper realistic, and the voice acting felt pretty stale to me for the most part. I do like that they're trying to kind of like expand the story a little bit. I don't know if it's going to help the game at all, or if it's really going to be all that interesting, but they are trying to do some things to make this, kind of worth the money and like expand the universe of Star Fox a little bit. And I wonder if this is I might have said this last week, but I wonder if this is putting the feelers out to see if they can make a Star Fox sequel. Like if they can justify making another one. Like if there's enough interest in the brand. I think it's this, and then I think they've announced a Star Fox spin-off movie. Because he apparently was. Yeah. So he's in the Super Mario Galaxy movie that just came out. He has like a cameo in it, and it seems that his reception was so good from that I think they're planning on greenlighting a Star Fox movie that'll, I would assume, would be animated just like Mario was. I would hope so. I would kind of like to see a live-action version of Star Fox. I think that would be super weird and interesting, but there's no way Nintendo will do it. Like a very like 80s or early 90s live-action Star Fox movie. Very, it'll never happen. That's just me dreaming. But yeah, he's like starting to get some popularity, so I wonder if they're going to see how this does and then potentially how the movie does, and maybe they'll like reboot Star Fox and like keep going from here. This is the gameplay style that they should have kept with. Like this, the entire style of Star Fox should have been sort of like centered around what they did with the N64 one. And there's like bits of it in the other games that they made, but they never quite nailed it the way that they did with the original Star Fox for one reason or another. And it's always funny because it seems like when Nintendo, not always, but when they kind of get away from some of the designs of their classic games when they bring them out again, sometimes it works for a little while, like it did with Breath of the Wild for Zelda. But even that, I'm tired of this version of Zelda. Like, give me back Ocarina of Time style. Like that's, I want to go back to that. Same thing with Resident Evil. Same thing with a lot of this stuff. And maybe it's just because I'm nostalgic, but it's where I'm at with a lot of that stuff these days.
You got to get out of that, David. I've talked about that at length.
I liked Breath of the Wild. That was stepping outside of the box for me.
Well, you want that I don't want to pixelated, sharp corners.
Yes. Bring it back.
Graphics.
I miss it. Everything's too hyper realistic now and looks too good. There's no style to it anymore. It's like people used to have to be
there's
extra
no character.
Mm-hmm. People used to
I get what you're saying. It's kind of like how new modern houses seem very cold.
Cars are the same way now.
Yep, very cold. But that Victorian houses, and older houses have more character to them.
Yeah,
with how they used to be made.
Yeah, art seems to continuously degrade, and when we talk about slop, one of the things that I mean by that is that, like, we talk about this all the time, but it's the hyper perfect looking frame and and you like go back in, even from like, I was watching some older movies recently, and like for their quirks or the problems that I have with them, there's so much character to them, and it's not perfectly framed shots for everything, perfect like lighting, like all that kind of stuff. People, some cases, it looks like people are just taking a camera, pointing it in a direction, and make sure everybody's in the scene. But there's something about some of that old stuff that I just kind of miss. We've been kind of stuck in this phase of everything being like, I would just say too perfect, just to simplify it. And it's just like, it's all super clean looking. It's all, there's no distortion to it or nothing that
It's kind of like
grime and grit.
How stylized The Long Dark was. Did you play that? You know what I'm talking about? The survival game.
No.
Well, if you look it up, it's animation style, video game wise, it has its own style to it, and I very much enjoyed it. So,
Like, that would even potentially be one of my problems. Like, I think there's a little criticism with Pragmata about it. Just kind of, it has a bit of a generic look to it. And it could be a little more like stylized than it is, you know.
yeah.
But I'm enjoying the gameplay enough and a lot of the other things that's like not a huge problem. You said it's called The Long Dark?
Yeah, The Long Dark.
Oh,
Pretty fun
I know
game.
this. Yeah, I've never played this. But yeah, there's a couple games like this. There's another one that I can't remember what it's called, but a lot of people were playing last year that had sort
Call of Duty.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, Call of Duty's another one of those problems, man. It's just like those games are like almost a parody of themselves now. They don't look very good. They all look very much the same. Like, if you were to tell me, like, this is Modern Warfare, well, now I know what Modern Warfare looks like, but this is Black Ops 4 and this is Black Ops 7 or whatever, I'd be like, which one's which?
Yeah.
You know?
No, completely agree. They just all seem like repeating the same gimmick.
Yeah. All right, Joseph, you got anything else you want to?
Nah, man, that's it for me.
Sweet. Well, thank you all for tuning in to this episode of The Underground. This is 235, I believe. 235 episodes, Joe, that we've been doing.
Dang, man.
It's a lot of episodes. It's a lot of episodes. We have more episodes than Rings of Power. Many more.
We do. And more views.
Well, and it's probably similar views. Probably similar views. Thank you guys so much for tuning in for this episode. We will be back next week talking about something.
Maybe we'll talk about the combat of mortals.
Oh yeah. Maybe we will talk about that next week. I guess I gotta look through what I haven't watched yet and what's coming out. And I would love, just so I want to do this again because we stopped doing this and I want to do it again. I want us to like occasionally pick like an older movie and just watch it, and then that be the only thing we talk about.
Oh yeah,
preferably something that I think like we'll both like, so we can actually have like a good conversation about something that we like.
I agree with that.
And yeah, so we need to figure that out. We gotta, because sometimes it's like slower and it's not really always worth talking about like all the news that's coming out. And I think it would,
because you got like End of Grey next week, and then at the end of May you have the Star Wars movie, but neither one of us care to see that. And then at beginning, go ahead.
I was gonna say, In the Grey is one of those movies that I think I would talk about somewhere between 5 and 10 minutes and be like, yep, you know,
exactly. Masters of the Universe, the first week of June.
Well,
so really, and then you got Disclosure Day. I know that's been getting a big push lately. And June,
because the aliens are getting disclosed, Joseph. It's actually going to happen. That's why this movie's coming out. It's to prepare us.
And then you got Supergirl at the end of June. So really, until that time, like until the 21st. 21st is when House of the Dragon comes out, and then we'll be talking about that. Of course, we'll have to probably talk about Supergirl, but
cool.
You know, yeah, that's really it.
All right. Well, until next time, y'all. Take it easy.
See ya.